What is up, YouTube? Randy here from the Hero Within, and today I've got an awesome team ranked match for you guys. It's me, Ninja, and Hurion, and we end up picking up the Glaive, Blackfeather, and Ardan against Fortress, Saw, and Koshka. Initially, we were pretty happy about this match. After the draft, them picking the Koshka and the Saw, we felt like we could counter them pretty well, but we had a couple misplays, a couple bad engages mid-game, and it turned out to be an extremely close match. You guys will get to see the rest. You'll enjoy it. So just here getting our farm. Fast forwarding through this, Ninja's in the jungle with me on Glaive. I'm playing that Ardan. Haven't been playing him as much lately. I've been leaning more towards Fortress, but Ardan is still one of my favorite heroes. We're going to come up here and see what Saw's doing. He is stealing a lot of Hurion's farm. We end up turning on the Fortress. A nice afterburn there from Ninja puts him right into the hands of Hurion, where he takes him out. The Koshka does get Ninja pretty low, but we are able to turn it around on her. With the 3v2 there, we definitely had the advantage. And now me and Hurion head up into the lane to handle the Saw. I get my A ability on him, and that keeps him alive just long enough to do enough damage for both of us to take out that Saw. I was kind of hoping for him to survive, but it didn't happen. But still, it's good to shut that Saw down, stop him from farming for a bit. Built up a nice minion wave here. I'm just taking the last hits until Hurion gets back, and then Saw shows up, and I decide to stay up here with him. See if I can't help him get some farm, which doesn't end up paying off. Saw gets a good machine gun, I don't know what it's called, into the bush, and that takes out a lot of damage on me. And then Fortress and Koshka are both on top of me. I get super low, and then Ninja comes up from the jungle, and he's pretty low health. So we probably should have avoided this engage, but we needed to do something about Hurion's farm. He was having trouble there with that Saw. Oh, here it is. So Ninja afterburns in, and I get my shield on him to try and keep him alive, and they jump on me, and they almost get me. She probably could have jumped on me and gotten me there. She might have paid for it, but she might have survived. I guess we'll never know. I do pick up my coat of plates, light shield, and some health. I build the base for that Atlas Pauldron and the fountain, which are going to be the first items that I build in this match. We find Koshka down here in our jungle. We thought she was alone. He afterburns through everything and ends up that Fortress was back there. I had a little bit of trouble there just trying to get to him because I couldn't reach him with my A ability. So yeah, that cost us that fight. If I would have been there for the whole thing, we definitely would have won that 2v2, but it was a 2v1 for the first half because I was having some issues with where I wanted to go, I guess. Yeah, that was my bad. Slight misplay cost Ninja his life, but it's all right, no big deal. We got the 2 kills out of it. They only got 1, so it was a good trade there. We decided to head up in lane and gank Saw real quick. I put my shield down just to slow him down in case he has roadie run. He doesn't even try and roadie run away. He obviously didn't have it. So yeah, we get a gank on that Saw. Get Hurion some time so we can farm. I go to the shop and pick up some flares. And some boots just so I can move around faster. I want to be able to get on top of that Saw once I get that Atlas Pauldron and slow down his attack speed and render him useless, essentially. That's the idea anyways. I'm still here farming up. Ryan's up in the lane. Saw's pushing him up pretty far, and Saw does get that turret. So we're gonna go, we go up there, and Saw does go down. Hurion takes him out at the cost of a turret, which sucks. I go ahead and pick up my tier 2 armor. Almost got that Atlas Pauldron. It'll be nice if I can get it before 10 minutes in. Hurion does go down there. He was kind of low in the lane after taking out that Saw. And Koshka takes advantage and jumps on him. We're just taking farm here. We take their backs and port home. I still don't have enough for my Atlas. I'm getting real close. After this next fight, I will have enough to get it. So we're going to take our backs. Hurion rotates down from the lane. They do get gold mine, which is unfortunate, but we know that they're in this area somewhere. And we head down here. We see them all in the shop. I drop a gauntlet, and Saw gets stunned up by the afterburn and stunned up running through the gauntlet, and that's what won us this team fight. You know, he didn't have a lot of time to use his ult. He does get Ninja very, very low. I think Ninja goes down here. No, Ninja doesn't go down here, so it is a clean ace. I pick up my Atlas Pauldron, and we're going to go ahead and take their jungle. Just, you know, steal their farm, stop them from being able to farm up, and get those items. We see Fortress. We decide to just run away. We don't want nothing to do with it. We head up into lane. See if we can help Hurion out some more, help him get some farm, do his thing up there. Ninja kind of misplayed that afterburn and gets stunned up by Koshka, and he does go down. I get the shield off, but it is too little too late. Same with the Atlas Pauldron. I get that off on Saw, but too little too late. We did not get a good engage there, and it cost us the fight. So that's not good. I don't think they get another turret out of it, but we're still ahead in kills. We're ahead by 4. But we are behind in turrets, and I imagine we're behind in gold because of it. Hurion's farm is hurting at this point from that Saw just bullying him in the lane. We try to do our best to help him, but you can only do so much. And here I come in, I drop a gauntlet. It is a pretty good gauntlet. I get the Koshka stunned running towards us, and I get the Atlas Pauldron on Saw nice and early. He does go down. Then Koshka gets an Atlas Pauldron on all of us, and that gives her enough juice, or yeah, that keeps her alive long enough to take out Glaive. We're just going to kind of chase Fortress around. I use my shield to slow him down. And then we get the ace. I'm going to go ahead and take some of their jungle minions. And then I think we take gold mine. Well, I pick up my fountain there. And no, we don't take gold mine. I meet Ninja at the back so we can keep farming up. We need to take our minion miner back so Saw can't push turrets. There's Saw up in lane. Hurion goes home. Saw then disappears from the lane, and I imagine he rotates down. So we don't want anything to do with that without Hurion. We don't want to engage in a 2v3 because that will not turn out well for us. And he goes back home again, and here comes the Fortress there taking gold mine. I almost got in time to punch that. I was spamming my punch. I just was not in range yet. And again, the Atlas is late. The fountain is late. Ninja goes down. I didn't waste my gauntlet, which is probably a good thing. I go ahead and pick up my reflex block, some more flares. I am working towards that crucible. I want to try and block either Koshka's ultimate or maybe a roadie run kill shot, or you know, just pop it when the fight starts, because they're doing a lot of burst damage with that Saw, with Fortress's wolves, with Koshka's AoE twirly whirly death stuff. So we don't want to get mixed up in that. So we do go for a team fight here, but Fortress pops his wolves, and that basically wrecks Ninja. I think Koshka used her Atlas Pauldron there as well, and as I'm about to drop my gauntlet, she stuns me. That would be an excellent stun in a team fight. If you see an Ardan running in and you can stun him like that, it's not easy to do. I have had it happen to me a couple times before. Yeah, so now I pick up some more flares. Looking at the scoreboard, we're still ahead by 4 kills, so we're doing all right. But we're not winning the team fights the way we did early game. We did pretty good early game. Ninja's almost level 12, so the any difference in level will be negated pretty soon. So we come down here looking for the engage, and Saw gets his stacks up, and I totally missed. Wait, no, that was Koshka's Atlas Pauldron. She gets her Atlas Pauldron on me and Glaive, and then I try to use my Atlas Pauldron. It is too little too late at that time, but it does get blocked by the Crucible. So I go ahead, I pick up some more flares. I believe I buy... Oh no, I don't buy anything. I'm saving up for that Crucible. That's really important. Try and block some of that stuff. So they do get a gold mine. Another gold mine. They've gotten 2 so far this game. Just going to go back, take our backs, keep on farming. I see Fortress teasing Kraken a little bit. I don't see the rest of his team though. So I'm kind of worried, and there they are. I go ahead and drop my Crucible and my Atlas Pauldron. Oh no, that was their Crucible. And the gauntlet was not a good gauntlet. I didn't get any stuns out of it. And Ninja tries to run back the other way, but the wolf does take him out. Always try and kill those guys. I know you want to focus the enemy team, but if it's 3 auto attacks. If you can get those wolves down, they do work, and they heal Fortress and they keep them alive. So yeah, always get those out of the way because they do wreck. So they get a Kraken here and the turret off that ace. Off the back of that misplay from me, I do pick up a Crucible. So now I'll be able to try and block stuff. We'll see how it goes. Blackfeather and Glaive are both grabbing infusions. I go and face check that bush, and they're all there. A nice afterburn on the Koshka, and I actually block her Twirly Whirly Death there with my Crucible, and I get a nice Atlas Pauldron on Saw as well, and I think that definitely made a big difference in that team fight. I thought we were going to turn on Kraken there after the 1 kill, but they decide to try and go for Saw. It does work, but Ninja does pay for it with his life, and the Kraken's going to get a turret. The Kraken is going to get this next turret as well, and here comes Fortress. He drops his wolves. He is going to try and push the Vein Crystal. It's going to be really close. Kraken's still at just under a quarter health. Fortress has about half health. I use my gauntlet here to stun him up. The Vein Crystal is getting very low. The Vein Crystal is about half health. The Kraken goes down, and then we kill Fortress. Half health Vein Crystal. That was pretty sketchy. I don't know if the gauntlet was necessary, but I could have saved us the game there, and I was pretty happy with that. I knew which way he was stutter stepping, and I got the stun on him, and that that was really good. I go ahead and I put some vision in that gap there to make sure they don't try and rush our crystal, and we're just kind of feeling around for them right now, trying to find out where they are. And then we actually see Saw up in lane. We're going to go down and shop. I'm going to pick up some more flares. I'm going to grab a weapon infusion. And we see Saw and Koshka up in lane. So we jump on the Saw, afterburn him, get an Atlas Pauldron on him. I missed the Crucible there. It was a little bit late, but we still get the Koshka and the Saw, 2v3. We saw Fortress running down to the jungle there. We don't know where he went, so we go to kind of search for him. And we can't find him, and then we see him up by the turret. He stops Blackfeather from pushing the turret, so we decide to go for Kraken. I see Fortress running around up top. I'm not too worried about him. I've got my punch ready, and the punch unleashes the Kraken, and we get it. Given Ninja speed boost there, so we can get on top of that wolf and take him out. So that Fortress almost got it, but he didn't, and that was a huge misplay. Well, not a misplay, but it did not pay off for him one bit. We get the Koshka as well. I decide to gauntlet the Saw. I get an Atlas out on him, and that keeps me alive under the fire of the turret. Here comes Kraken and a bunch of ace minions, so we're going to take out 2 turrets easily. And then Blackfeather, he goes and takes the minion mine. See if we can just get some extra push out of those minions. Probably wasn't the best decision. I thought we had a little bit more time than that. Well, it was a good decision. We should have taken the minion mine. We just didn't get there early enough. I used my Atlas Pauldron there on Koshka. Probably not the greatest play either. Glaive does go down, and we decide to run out. They've got 1 turret left. Kraken is still pushing, and Kraken will take out that turret, and then Kraken dies. I wanted to take some of their jungle so we could reinfuse, but it looks like we've got lots of money from that buy. I should have grabbed a Warhorn there. I decided to grab the contraption because I wanted to put more scout traps down, just to try and figure out where they were, but it didn't end up happening because we see them taking their minion mine, and we decide to go meet them down at the jungle shop for one last stand. Now, I get an engage on the Saw. I get an Atlas Pauldron on him right away, so his attack speed slowed, and then I block Koshka's stun. I block Koshka's Atlas Pauldron, and we take this fight home. The Gauntlet gets a double stun on them, and we manage to finish them off with the clean ace, and that's gonna be game. A big engage, a couple big items. The Atlas Pauldron and the Crucible were both huge, and then that Gauntlet at the end just to trap them in, get the double stun, stop them from killing one of us, and that's game. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. This this match was something else. We thought we were gonna lose. We were getting really nervous, but we managed to pull it off in the end. So good job, boys. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. give me some feedback. You know, have a good one.